Hello, UCAR. Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. We're continuing on with our hypo madness till the end of the year. I don't know. We may keep going into the new year. I don't know. We'll see. So, here's the hypo. You're representing a buyer, and the buyer comes to you with a property that they found on a third-party website, so not the MLS, right? Some other repository for properties for sale. It's a FSBO, so for sale by owner. It's vacant land, right? Vacant land. Is there occupied? I guess there's occupied land. It's empty. There's no building on it. And the seller is from out of town, but lists it. So it's a little lower than those types of lots typically would be. And so you approach it, you go in, you contact you get the info from the third-party site. You contact the seller. They say, yeah, here's my name. We're entertaining offers. And you double check, like, what's on record. The name matches. And so you go forward. You put in an offer. Goes smoothly. And you get to title. Asks for some, IDs and stuff from this out-of-town seller, and IDs are produced, and the sale goes through. What money is transferred? Turns out it's a sham, right? The seller is not the actual owner of the property. Money's been wired. May or may not be able to get that back. So this is happening right now, and it's a very sophisticated fraud plot. And what's happening is they're getting the information to vacant land. They're purporting to be that person. They can look at title. They can look at title. They can look at records, county records, find out what the name of the owner is, and then eventually produce fraudulent ID. So this has happened in the state of Utah, and some brokerages have just had some discussions with some brokerages about this week, and very interesting scenario. And some of them have closed, and sometimes they were able to get the money back. They caught it quickly enough. Other times they just started to feel funny about it midstream, and started to figure things out. But a couple things you want to look out for to not have your buyer fall into this trap. That is, first of all, if it's FSBO and it's an out-of-town seller, you just need to be a little more on alert, right? Does that happen? Sure, absolutely. But be on alert that, okay, this is a situation that could be fraudulent, right? Even if the name matches. They're getting sophisticated enough they even can produce phony IDs to fool the parties involved. So some things I've heard are some recommendations I heard to help mitigate this. First of all, trust your instincts, right? I thought that was the greatest bit of advice. You've been in this business for a while. You've got transactions under your belt. If something doesn't seem right about it, don't ignore that, right? And I don't want us to get so desperate because the market's slowing down that we overlook those instincts and we say, I don't know, it's business. I want some business, so I'm going to ignore the red flags that are popping up in my head. And this is another great bit of advice an attorney told me an attorney for a brokerage told me is, hey, you go ahead and ask specific questions about the property. And if they are having a hard time producing that information, then you become very, very suspicious. I've even heard of people going as far as trying to track down information about the owner of the property separate from the person who purports to be that person. So going and try to find their number, use some sort of site to find a phone number for the person. And that's happened where they've called the actual owner and they've said, whoa, that's not me. I'm not selling this property. So just be careful. If there are different circumstances, it's okay to be a little suspicious and to listen to those red flags in your head and your instincts and save your buyer a headache. Remember, this is not legal advice, legal information only. If you need specific legal advice, please contact your attorney. Thanks for tuning in.